Good morning, everyone. Welcome to RBC Yoga. My name is Amanda. Thank you all so much for joining us here this morning in your living rooms or wherever you may be. We are so grateful to have the Sangha with us, even though we can't be physically together. So thank you all for being here. If it's your first time, welcome. If it's your first time to yoga, no worries. You can just adapt, slow down, whatever you need to do through the practice today. It's no gold stars awarded, no stickers, no stripes. It's just about getting in your breath, in your body, and it's a mindful practice. And really, that's it. It's that simple. So we'll start by taking a comfortable seated position. I'm sitting up on a blanket. I always find that is nice to have. So if you have a blanket around your house, you can always use that to support your seat. It helps elevate you and also can sometimes be good for your knees or as a prop that you might want to use in certain shapes. And we'll just begin by, again, taking a comfortable seated position and closing our eyes. We'll spend just a couple minutes here tuning into the breath. Filling not only your lungs, but your entire body, your belly breath circulating through you. So allow your belly to really fully expand on the inhale, filling up your lungs, your shoulders, limbs, filling you full of life. And when you exhale, exhaling fully and completely. In yoga, we talk about our ujjayi breath. It's a yoga breath. It's breathing in through the nose and out also through the nose. So you can allow your tongue to rest along the roof of your mouth, grace the backs of your front teeth. And then that allows the back of your throat to constrict slightly, and your breath sounds a bit like an ocean wave. Good. Allow your attention to come to your third eye center internally. And again, just taking a few rounds of breath here just to settle into our bodies today, to feel ourselves rooted on the earth. As you breathe, I will share a short reading from Being Peace by Thich Nhat Hanh. The root word Bud means to wake up, to know, to understand. And he or she who wakes up and understands is called a Buddha. It is as simple as that. The capacity to wake up, to understand, and to love is called Buddha nature. When Buddhists say, I take refuge in the Buddha, they are expressing trust in their own capacity of understanding, of becoming awake. The Chinese and the Vietnamese say, I go back and rely on the Buddha in me. Adding in me makes it very clear that you yourself are the Buddha. In Buddhism, there are 3 gems: Buddha, the awakened one; Dharma, the way of understanding and loving; and Sangha, the community that lives in harmony and awareness. The 3 are interrelated, and at times it is hard to distinguish one from another. In everyone, there is the capacity to wake up, to understand, and to love. So in ourselves, we find Buddha, and we also find Dharma and Sangha. I want to say something about Buddha, the one who develops his or her understanding and loving to the highest degree. Understanding and love are not two things, but just one. Suppose your son wakes up one morning and sees that it is already quite late. He decides to wake up his younger sister to give her enough time to eat breakfast before going to school. It happens that she is grouchy, and instead of saying, "Thank you for waking me up," she says, "Shut up, leave me alone," and kicks him. He will probably get angry, thinking, "I woke her up nicely. Why did she kick me?" He may want to go to the kitchen and tell you about it, or even kick her back. But then he remembers that during the night his sister coughed a lot, and he realizes that she must be sick. Maybe she has a cold. Maybe that is why she behaved so meanly. He is not angry anymore. At that moment, there is Buddha in him. He understands. He is awake. When you understand, you cannot help but love. You cannot get angry. To develop understanding, you have to practice looking at all living beings with the eyes of compassion. When you understand, you love. And when you love, you naturally act in a way that can relieve the suffering of people. Someone who is awake, who knows, who understands, is called a Buddha. Buddha is in every one of us. We can become awake, understanding, and also loving. I often tell children that if their mother or father is very understanding and loving, working, taking care of the family, smiling, being lovely like a flower, they can say, "Mommy" or "Daddy, you are all Buddha today." That reading struck me this week because we are all sharing this stay-at-home time, and it's like this emotional, at least for me, and I noticed it's been a roller coaster of emotions, and some days are great, and some days things just don't feel so great. And understanding that, not in this reading, what hit me is we're not just being called to understand. So when we're talking with colleagues or we're talking with family members, it helps to shift that awareness and realize the places we're all coming from, because everybody is being taxed to the max emotionally right now. And just that little shift in awareness can help us step back and breathe and understand this kind of common equalizer, this playing field that we're all in right now, and this shared heightened anxiety. But that's also true for ourselves. And so today in the yoga practice, which is a practice of self-care and learning to tune into our own bodies, our own tendencies, our own breath, and feel that alignment with the divine outside of us, the universe at large. This act of self-care helps to shift our own internal understanding so that we can apply that to ourselves, the self-love, to help steady us so that we can then have more awakened conscious awareness of where everyone else is coming from too. We have to give ourselves some grace during this time, because we too, as spiritual practitioners, as enlightened, quote unquote, as we think we ought to be, we are also experiencing a time of increased anxiety and stress. And so in today's practice, I invite you to bring some grace to yourself. Whenever you find a shape that maybe you're just not feeling today, or that's you're thinking, why am I so stiff here, this, that, and the other, just take a breath, breathe into it, and give yourself some grace. And hopefully in today's hour that we share together, we can cultivate just a bit more self-love, kindness, and awareness that helps us understand that this little simple act of waking up will help us then to apply love and understanding beyond ourselves and to those around us. So please bring your hands in front of your heart. Take a breath of gratitude to yourself and to the fellow yogis and yoginis who've joined virtually this morning. And then I invite you to open with an om or whatever sound best suits you this morning. Inhale. Wonderful. We're going to go ahead and, well, first just shake out your legs. And then we're going to come right around to hands and knees this morning and get going on a few things here. So hands and knees, hands, shoulders distance apart, knees, hips distance apart. Really spread your fingers wide, lay them down, root your knuckle pads, outer arms turn under. And when you inhale, go ahead and arch your back. And then exhale, round your spine, pulling your navel toward your spine. So this is called cat. So we're just moving from cow to cat. If you're practicing with your children, or little Miss Tammy Iris, if you're out there doing practice with Daddy, make some sounds. Moo it out. Go from cow, make a moo. Round to cat. Make a cat sound. Meow. It brings us joy. And then if you feel like it, you can go ahead and come back. Bring your flow all the way back to child's pose. And then inhale. Come up through cow. Exhale, cat. Maybe once more, take it. That exhale all the way back to balasana, child's pose. Inhale. Exhale, cat. Inhale. Maybe you want to move your hips side to side, making some circles with your spine. Just using your breath and your movement to wake up your spine this morning. If you're making circles, make sure you go the other way. In, out. Coming to stillness, maybe all the way back to child's pose once more. On an exhale. Bring your forehead to the earth. If your forehead doesn't reach the earth, you can stack your fists and bring the floor closer to you. Or if you have props at home, blocks, whatever is good for you. Big belly breath in, balasana. Big exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. On your next inhale, go ahead and come once more up towards cow. Plant your hands, neutralize your spine, curl your toes under, and on an inhale, come up into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Shavasana. So if your hammies are tight this morning, you can certainly bend your knees. Down dog, you really want the weight moving back toward your heels, outer arms turned under. Down dog is actually a shape of repose, even though it's a strong rest, full shape. Outer arms again turn under, head relaxes. And then on an inhale, come up onto your toes. Once again, sort of round your back as you're going through cat and move to plank. And exhale. You can always come to your knees if you need to modify. In plank, go ahead and inhale, pushing once more your spine up toward the sky, so that cat back simulation. Exhaling to downward facing dog. So just moving From down dog to plank. And then from plank to down dog. Again. Inhale to plank. Exhale there, and then inhale. Down dog. One more like that. Inhale to plank. And then back to down dog. And then go ahead and walk your feet forward to the top of your mat. Inhale, look up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise up, bringing that energy all the way up, and then hands in front of your heart. And then if you'd like, down by your sides for mountain pose, Tadasana. And just take a moment, close your eyes here. Honor your transition to standing. Check in with how you're holding your body. So if your tailbone's tucking out, bring that in so that you're in a nice straight line. Lift your toes, spread them wide, lower them. Really just feel the energy of the earth. Shoulder blades pulling toward one another ever so slightly so you're nice and open across your heart center. And then inhale, bring your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, dive forward. Bend your knees. And then come all the way into forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, look up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale. Fold. Inhale, root to rise. We're just going to do a couple of these half salutations. Good. Again, inhale. Really make it intentional. So when you inhale and you bring those arms up, really bring up the prana. Exhale, pushing it down. Inhale, look up halfway. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, really root into your feet. Bend your knees as you come up. Bring it all the way up. Exhale through the heart center. One more like that. Inhale. Really scoop it up. Offer your heart. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root down into your feet, bend your knees, rise up, bring the prana with you. And once more, exhale, hands in front of your heart. And just pause there for a moment. Once more, closing your eyes. Just feeling the movement, the waking up happening inside of your body. Good. Inhale, bring your arms up over your head. And then go ahead and grab your right wrist. Pull up. And then exhale, you're going to bend to your left. Inhale, get tall. Left wrist. Exhale, bend the opposite direction. Inhale, get tall. You touch your palms, see if you have a little back bend in you. Inhale, get tall. Exhale all the way to Uttanasana. Once more, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale. Go ahead and plant your hands. Step back to plank pose. Inhale, plank. Lower halfway. Chaturanga. You can always come to your knees for chaturanga. All the way to the floor, to your belly. Inhale, cobra pose. Go ahead and exhale there. Bring your elbows toward one another. Inhale, look to your right. Exhale, center. Inhale, look to your left. Exhale, center. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Good. Inhale. If you like, you can always take a chaturanga push-up. Otherwise, just make your way to all fours and then back to downward facing dog. Okay. Inhale. Kick up your right leg. Exhale. Bend it open. Opening up our psoas, trying to keep your torso fairly square. Inhale, square and straighten. Exhale, step through to lunge. Stick your lunge first, so feel the distance between your front foot and your back foot. Knee tracking over ankle. And then go ahead and lower your back knee. Rise up. Lift your arms up. You can release the curl of your back toe. Anjayasana, low lunge. So really offer your heart up to the sky. Allow your front knee, your right knee to track over your ankle. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your fingertips down. Go ahead and take a runner's lunge here. So straighten your front leg. So straighten your right leg. Flex your foot. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold over your front leg. Take a breath there. Good. Inhale. Come back to lunge. Exhale there. And then go ahead and step your back foot in about halfway. We're moving into Parsvottanasana or pyramid shape. So you may need to bring, you don't have to worry about bringing the floor closer to you. You can just come up. So if your hands or fingertips touch the earth, that's great. If they don't make it there, you can come up and hold your leg or your calf rather, or your thigh. But you want both legs straight here. And you really want to check in with your right hip. Put your thumb in your hip crease and move and coax your hips gently so that you can square them off. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold over that front straight leg. Good. Be intentional with your exhale. Let your navel come all the way toward your spine. Good. Go ahead from there and plant your hands and step back into a shortened down dog shape. So not a very long down dog. Good. And then from there, you're going to take your left hand to the outside of your right leg, and you're going to do a little bit of a down dog twist. Looking under your right armpit. Big belly breath there. Good. Go ahead and release your hand, and then switch sides. Try to take 3 big breaths there. Good breath. Good. Come back to your down dog. Walk it out so that you're in a more traditional down dog shape. Inhale. Exhale there. Inhale, come to plank. And then exhale, lower halfway chaturanga. You can always modify. Once more to your belly. Inhale. Cobra. This time look to your left first. Inhale. Exhale, center. Inhale, look to your right. Exhale, center. Inhale, see if you can get a little taller. Exhale, lower. Good. Inhale, chaturanga push-up, or just come to all fours. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, your left leg up this time. Exhale, twist it open. Again, trying to keep your torso square. Opening up your psoas. Inhale, square and straighten your leg. Exhale, step through once more to lunge. Good. So again, first thing here is to really lengthen out your lunge. So front knee is tracking over ankle. Back heel is pressing down and back. And then go ahead and lower your back knee. Release the curl of your back toe. Come on up. And then inhale, sweep your arms up, really scooping your heart toward the heavens. Big belly breaths here. Allow your front knee to move over your ankle. One more little back bend. Exhale, lower. And then recurl your back toe. Straighten your front leg. Flex your foot. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold. Ardha Hanumasana. Good. Breathe here, allowing your leg the permission to lengthen. Good. Inhale, come back to lunge. Exhale, step your back foot in several inches for pyramid pose or Parsvottanasana. And this time you'll take your left thumb into your left hip crease and angle it back so that you can square off your hips more. Again, if your fingertips don't reach the floor, any part of your leg will do. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, lower. Fully exhale as you take 3 big, beautiful breaths there. Good. Now come on out, plant your hands, and once more, on a breath, step back to that shortened down dog shape. Yeah. And this time you'll twist to your left first. Looking under your left armpit. Inhale through the center. And then you'll twist to your right. Left hand to outside of right leg. Good. Inhale, walk it out. And from here, you can actually just walk your feet all the way to the top of your mat. Inhale, look up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. And then as you inhale, scoop your arms up, come into Uttanasana, chair pose. So sit down low, shoulders moving down your back, weight in your heels. Inhale, exhale. Rise up all the way. Hands in front of your heart. Once more. Tadasana. taking a moment here to feel the awakening happening. And then taking a breath and intentionally giving yourself some grace. Permission to simply accept where your body is today, wherever your mind may be today. Maybe you're not as focused as you would like to be, or maybe your monkey mind is running amok. That's okay. Let it go. Don't attach to it, but understand that it's okay. Because we are humans. And this spiritual journey is not about reaching a destination. That happens the day that our heart no longer beats. So wherever we are today, whatever's happening, take a moment here and just take a breath of acceptance and an exhale of release. Knowing that this self-care act, this act of self-love you've done today by showing up on your mat is a sacred act of love and understanding. Good. Inhale, go ahead and bring your arms up. Exhale, sit into chair pose. Good. Go ahead and lift your toes if you can in chair pose. Exhale there. Go ahead and bring your hands in front of your heart. Inhale. You're going to twist to your right first. So twist to your right. Press your palms together. Helps you get out of the way. Try to make your elbows in a straight line here. Good. Exhale through the center. Inhale, you got this. Exhale, twist to your left. Again, pressing your palms together, elbows potentially in a vertical line here. Inhale. Exhale through the center. Inhale there. Exhale, fold all the way to Uttanasana. Release. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. We'll look up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back to plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. All the way once more to your belly. Go ahead and bring your forehead to the earth. Or stack your hands if that feels better. And take a moment to feel the grounding energy of the earth here. And then we'll take our forearms to the earth, so shoulders distance apart, forearms down. We'll start with Sphinx pose, so hands are spread wide. You're just gently moving the energy of the earth toward you. So it's a subtle scooping directionally that brings the energy toward you, your pelvic bone sort of rooting into the earth, tops of the feet into the earth. Strongly, so that maybe even your knees lift. And then little back bend. Breathing for 3, 2, 1. Good. Release the back bend. Press into your forearms. Curl your toes under. Come into forearm plank. Breathing here. For 3. Gazes down and slightly forward. 2. Engaging your core. 1. If you need to take a rest, come to your knees. Otherwise, press back the weight toward your heels and start coming into dolphin shape. So dolphin is like a forearm down dog. You want to work to press the weight toward your heels And then walk your feet toward you a couple inches at a time. We'll stay here for 5 breaths. So if you need to come down to your knees, that's perfectly fine. Big belly breaths. Again, resisting the urge to collapse into your forearms, pressing back. If you can, walk your feet out once more to forearm plank. If you need to just come down to your knees and cheat your way there, no worries. From forearm plank on an exhale, you can lower to your knees and then lower once more to Sphinx. Inhale, open your heart and Sphinx. Exhale, lower all the way once more to the earth. Stack your hands. And just take a moment. Good. And there, go ahead and once more come up to your forearms as if you're going to Sphinx. We're just going to do a thigh stretch here. So you can start with your right thigh, bending it toward your bottom. And just reach around with your right arm. So in this shape, I'm not mirroring you because I want to look at you on this first side. So go ahead and bend your leg. See if you can reach around. And your front forearm can just be some support. So it helps to turn it so it's the same direction as your mat. Just a thigh stretch here. Go ahead and release that down. Gently switch sides. Nice shape here. Good. Excellent. In Sphinx once more. Inhale. Exhale, lower all the way to the earth. You can stack your hands. We're going to move through a Shalabhasana series and then taking bow, if you like. But we'll start with a simple Shalabhasana. So that's locust pose. So version A, your hands can be alongside of you, palms pressing toward the ceiling. And as you inhale, you lift your heart up. Your feet rise, so that means your knees are coming up too. Gaze is down and slightly forward, so please don't look at me. Just listen, because we don't want to strain the neck. Your palms can press up toward the ceiling as you breathe for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and release. Turn your head to one side. Just allow that cheek to be on the earth. Good. Through the center, we'll take that again, and you can take the same shape, or you can clasp your hands behind you. It'll help you get a little taller. It's a really powerful heart opener. Good. Go ahead and release. Turn your head to the opposite side. And just taking the restful moment to feel the energy of the earth. Good. Head back to the center. You can repeat either of those versions of Shalabhasana, or you can take it all the way into bow, which means that you will reach back, right hand to right foot or ankle, left hand to left foot or ankle. Inhale, press feet or ankle into hands. Try not to let your knees splay out. Rather, bring them into alignment with your hips. Allow yourself to rock with the breath. 4, 3, 2, you got this. 1, release everything down. And once more, just stack your hands, bring your forehead to the earth. Big belly breath there, releasing it all out into the bosom of our beautiful Mother Earth. Allow her to hug you, comfort you. From here, place your hands alongside of you. Come into cobra pose, or you can come all the way up into upward facing dog by lifting your knees, straightening your arms. On an exhale, flip your toes and come into downward facing dog. Should feel nice and open now in down dog. Take a big belly breath there when you exhale, bringing navel all the way towards spine. Outer arms turn under. Once more, raise your right leg to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, twist it open. Inhale, square and straighten. Exhale, step through to lunge. This time, rise all the way up into crescent lunge. Inhale, little back bend. Good. Exhale, just turn that foot down and come right into warrior 2. Good. Gaze over your front fingertips. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Back hand slides down, back leg. Exhale, Parsvakonasana. Side angle pose. Turn your heart toward the sky. Reach that left arm up and over. Bend a little deeper if you can. And there, just inhale and straighten your leg, moving directly into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Heart turns toward the sky. Left arm rises up, tries to touch the clouds there. Good. Inhale. Exhale, come all the way through. Warrior 2 once more. Sit low. Inhale, cartwheel your hands to the earth. Exhale, plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Just a little vinyasa today. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, twist it open. Inhale, square and straighten. Exhale, step through to lunge. Stick your lunge first. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Firm back leg, heart open. Good. Inhale. From there, exhale, just flip your back foot down, turn it out 45 degrees. Come into warrior 2. Sorry, my back is to you now. You guys got this. Gaze over front fingertips. Get long across your body. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, Parsvakonasana, side angle pose. Right fingertips reach over that right foot. Now you can be up on your thigh, or fingertips down on the earth. Really reach. Inhale. Exhale, straighten your front leg and just pop right into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Heart open. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bend your front leg. Come once more into warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the earth. Plank. Inhale. Chaturanga. All the way to the earth. Exhale. Inhale. Bring your forearms once more into Sphinx. Curl your toes under. Forearm plank. Exhale. Inhale. Press into your forearms. Come into forearm down dog, or walk it all the way into dolphin. It's a beautiful inversion. Literally gets us out of our head. Press into your forearms. Push that weight back toward your heels. Breathing for 3, 2, 1. If you need to come to your knees, great. Otherwise, walk back out to forearm plank. And on an exhale, once more into Sphinx. Inhale. Exhale. Lower. Forehead to earth. Hands alongside you. Inhale, cobra, or come all the way into upward facing dog. Exhale. Flip your toes. Down dog. And we're going to move into a pigeon. So if pigeon or pigeon prep is not your jam, for a hip opener, you can come to your back and do figure 4. If you need to bring a blanket, go ahead and get your blanket if you know that you need some support under your hips. But we will start with our right leg, so kick your right leg up. Inhale. From down dog. Exhale. Bring it all the way through. And sit yourself down. So in pigeon, your front leg is ideally, if there is such a thing, parallel with the front of your mat. But it can be at whatever angle it needs to be. So maybe that's a 60-degree or 45-degree angle. No worries. You want in this case, your right hip or your buttock to be close to the earth. And so if it's really high up, you want to put a blanket or something under you to give you some support. Keep your back toe curled under for just a moment. Tent your fingertips. Inhale. We've done a lot of heart opening, so we should feel nice and open here. So a little back bend. Inhale. So that you're nice and tall. And then as you exhale and walk down, you can release the curl of your back toe, but try not to put too much pressure on your knee. So really root into the top of that foot there. And then walk yourself down as far as you can go. Forearms, stack hands, all the way to the earth, whatever you need to do. And breathe. We hold a lot of energy and stuck emotions in our hips. So this is one of the best shapes to really get into that. So your job is to breathe through those places of resistance. Breathe into the back body. Give some juice to the kidneys. Find the place you're holding on and let it go. On your next breath, slowly start to walk your way back up. Good. Ideally, you flatten your palms, press into them, return once more to down dog. Maybe kick that right leg up and just shake it out before bringing it down to meet the left. Take a down dog. Be intentional about it. And then inhale, lift your left leg up. Reach it toward the sky. Exhale, bring it all the way through. Preparing for pigeon prep on the second side. So take a moment if you need to set yourself up or bring a prop underneath your left hip. Keep your back toe curled under so that you can find your length. Tent your fingertips. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Look up. Last time, turning your eyes toward the heavens. And then as you exhale and start to lower down, then you can release the curl of your back toe. That feels good, but really rooting into your foot. And then again, slowly making your way down, whatever that means for you. Expect your sides to feel different. But again, your only job here is to breathe into release. Breathe into those places of resistance. And let it go. Inhale, come on out. Make your way up once more. Flatten your palms. Curl your back toe. Kick that left leg up toward the sky. Shake it out. One final down dog. Inhale. And then exhale. Just come all the way down to your knees. Making your way to your back. Good. And when you get to your back, go ahead and just bring your knees into your chest. Give yourselves a squeeze, a big hug. And we're going to take a supine spinal twist. So there are many options here. Arms out into a T. The most simple is just to let your knees fall over to your right side. If you want a little extra juice, you can take eagle legs by taking your left leg over your right, wrapping it around, and then dropping your knees over to the right so that there's some weight there. Whatever version of supine twist that you're in, allow yourself to really be there. Open up. Arms into a T. If it feels okay for your neck, turn your head the opposite direction. Good. On an inhale, bring your knees back through the center. If you're taking eagle legs, go ahead and switch the crossing of your legs. And then on an exhale, drop your knees over to the left. Turning your head to the right if that feels okay for your neck. Inhale through the center. If your legs are crossed, go ahead and uncross them now. Inhale, straighten your legs toward the ceiling. Exhale, grab the tops of your feet with either hand, coming into happy baby. Maybe rocking a little bit side to side. If you want to take a quick Gomukhasana, which is cow-faced shape, you can cross your right, release your feet, and then cross your right leg over your left so that your knees are stacked, and then grab your feet once more and just bring them toward the earth. A little final outer hip release. Or you can stay in happy baby. That's why we went there first. If you're in Gomukhasana, switch. Good. Go ahead and release. Release your Ujjayi breath and just come all the way into stillness. Shavasana. Relaxing as much as humanly possible. Shavasana means corpse pose. So truly it is effortless. Close your eyes. Allow your breathing just to be natural. Give yourself permission to simply be here, to accept the gifts of love and understanding, karuna, metta, maitri, upeksha, that you've cultivated here today. Allow yourself to receive. Since you're all practicing at home, I invite you to stay in Shavasana as long as you like, if you have the luxury of time. Continue to be here, breathe here. If you would like to finish your practice with us this morning, go ahead and bring some movement back to your fingers and toes and roll to your right side whenever you are ready. keeping eyes closed or gaze soft, come once more to a seated position. Again, since you're at home, if you have the luxury of time, you can lengthen the meditation and continue to sit for several minutes. Otherwise, we'll bring our hands in front of our heart. And once more, just take a breath of gratitude to yourself, to the fellow yogis and yoginis who joined in this practice wherever they are this morning. Take a breath of acceptance for being exactly where you are today in this moment. And take a breath of gratitude to RBC for being our Sangha home, giving us the ability to be together even when we're apart. And if you'd like, I invite you to take an Om to close this practice today. Inhale. May the long-time sun shine upon you. May all love surround you, and may the pure light within you guide your way on. Thank you so much for practicing this morning with me, with us here. A reminder that this is always a donation-based class, and all of the donations go to RBC, and you can make those donations wherever you are. Venmo, Reno Buddhist Center, or there is a PayPal on the live stream page. So lots of ways to access the payment channels, payment portals, I should say, and give whatever you feel in your heart you can to support the center, which is always critical, but particularly now, it is even more critical than ever since people aren't coming into the temple. So, thank you all so much. Namaste.